Is the division necessary? Well, one actor says the division of the Ghana film industry into Kumawood and Gollywood is needless. Well, we'll be finding out who this actor is. And also, Silver Surfer has finally been revealed in the second trailer of the Fantastic Four First Steps. Well, this being a weekend or a Friday, we'll be taking a look at the number of films that will be releasing over this long holiday weekend. This and more is what we are bringing to you, or I am bringing to you on the 20th episode of the Film Mandate. I am Papa Otu. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Film Mandate. Today is the 20th episode, and I'm so grateful to all of you who have stayed with me on this very journey to this very time. I am Papa Otu, your regular host, and we'll be delving right into it. Well, one actor who was interviewed on OKFM in Accra spoke about the division of Ghana film industry, or what we have now as the Black Star film industry, into Gollywood and Kumawood, being completely needless and have an impact negatively on the industry. So we'll dive right into it. Industry negatively. So, well, let's dive right into it. So, in an article published in the on the Ghana web, which was as a result of an interview the actor granted, the actor is none other than Fiifi Coleman granted on OKFM. It reads that Kumawood Gollywood division is needless, Fiifi Coleman. Over the years, Ghanaian movies have been categorized into Gollywood, English language, Accra based, and Kumawood, Akan language, Kumasi based industries. However, popular actor, playwright Fiifi Coleman has stated that such segregation is problematic. Speaking in an interview with OKFM, the cited the American movie industry as an example, where all films, regardless of language or location of production, fall under one umbrella. The idea of these are the Kumawood people, these are Gollywood people, really doesn't sit well with me. Well, we have only one movie industry. In places like the US, they don't have the New York movie people, the LA movie people, or the Atlanta movie people. They don't do that. They produce movies and they are all placed under one umbrella, Hollywood. That's it, he said. According to Coleman, such segregation only breeds unhealthy competition within the industry. Once you become very specific about pushing either the Kumawood agenda or the Gollywood agenda, it turns into a regional competition. He also highlighted efforts to integrate both industries, stressing the need for unity to foster growth and development in Ghana's movie industry. But it's a national agenda. It is for all of us. That is why we go to Kumasi to shoot films and they come to Accra to shoot with us. So that it does not seem like Kumasi is an industry on its own or Accra is an industry on its own. Ghana has one movie industry where all players come from different regions and we all work together. It's as simple as that, he said. So yeah, this is an article which was extracted from this interview, which is showing below. I'll play it briefly and then we can proceed to having a discussion on it.
We need to, yes, the idea of these are the Kumawood people, these are the it really doesn't sit well with me. We have one movie industry. We don't have the New York movie people and then the LA movie people or the Atlanta movie people. We don't do that. But in all these places, they're producing movie and they put under one umbrella Hollywood, under one umbrella the American films. That's it. Once you become very specific that I'm trying to push the Kumawood agenda or the Ashanti region movie, whatever it is, right? It becomes like, okay, who are we? So what, we're competing. Is there a regional competition now? Is it like, it's a national agenda, all of us together. That is why we go there to shoot film. They come to Accra to shoot with us. Now we're doing stage plays with everyone, so that we do not have that idea of, do not start making it look like Kumasi is an industry on its own, Accra is an industry on its own. Ghana has an industry where all the players are coming from all the regions and we all play together. Simple as that.
That is it. That is it. And I'm so glad that finally someone has said it, that it's a national agenda, all of us together. It is a national agenda, all of us together. So definitely this division is needed. It's needless. It's completely needless. Breeding unhealthy competition internally. Listen, when you check the other film industries, why are others so keen on being part of the industry? From us, even locally here, we want to be part of the Hollywood. We want to even be part of Nollywood. We look at Bollywood and we are amazed as to how quality productions come from there, and not just that, in terms of the quantity as well. How booming even their industry is, such that from Ghana locally, we take some. There were years that it was said that we took some of our productions there, particularly from one of the telcos, went there to shoot a number of, or a series of adverts. That is what it is said, in terms of not just the adverts, but also the visual effects and graphics. As to whether that was the case, I can't really verify. But there was a time when it was said that one of these telco went there to shoot a number of these productions. The reason why we yearn to be part of these other markets or film industries is because not just the market, but they do quality work, because they are not focused on the internal competition but the external competition. And yes, the very fact that we even have such a tiny industry and yet we are still divided is not going to help us in any way possible. Today, Hollywood is the number one film market in the world, followed by China, and then maybe Bollywood and other film industries. There is the need for us to actually focus externally. Why? We need to focus on building and national integration rather than regional integration. And the sad part about this division is that even from the article, or even for those who live in Ghana and knows about the industry, most often than not, we consider Gollywood, or Gollywood is considered as an Accra-based English language film industry. And then we consider Kumawood as an Akan-speaking based Kumasi industry. And it's sad because these industries doesn't even properly consider the entirety of the country based on the perception of people's description or even the industry people. And it's sad because even if we consider English and Akan as, let's say, two different industries, it's bigger than Accra, it's bigger than Kumasi. A lot of people from all over Ghana speak English as perhaps their second language. And also, same as a lot of people speaking or understanding Tree or Akan all over Ghana. And yet, the division doesn't even focus on, the North and South, which is even needless. There is the need for a proper regional integration. From time past, a lot of the Kumasi based filmmakers were very prosperous due to the fact that they have the bigger film market. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the DVD sales and VCD sales they were able to make was based on the fact was purely possible due to the contribution of other regions, or let's say rural areas, who bought those DVDs. Now, with the DVD sales and VCD sales gone, there isn't such a market as they used to before. Now we are in the era of streaming. We are in the era of proper theatrical releases. And this cannot be made possible if there is a fraction in the industry. Now, majority or the chains of cinemas, the most popular ones are based in Accra, and it's still nothing to write home about. We need to be rather focusing on how to have chains of cinemas all over the country, where every single individual, wherever you are from, whether you are from the north or south, mid or west or east, you can still have the opportunity to showcase your films in all the cinemas. As a matter of fact, Accra and to an extent, Kumasi are metropolitan now. You have a lot of people from different aspects or different parts of the country living in those capital cities. And same can be said of a number of almost all the regional capitals. So there is the need for us to forget about those differences. And even the name, for me, it's not even necessary to even adapt such names. Do we want to be an original of ourselves or an imitation of another person's industry? I mean, no, not throwing shade at any other industry with the wood behind it, but so I just don't see even the need for us to adapt a name just because we want to be an imitation of someone. Rather, we should seek to be an original copy of ourselves. That is why I believe that Madame Juliet Asante, prior to leaving her position as General Secretary of the National Film Authority, together with a consultation of industry personnel, came up with a name called what? The Black Star Films. Black Star Films, which is perfect. Which is perfect for a country like ours, uniting every other individual filmmaker or businessman under this industry under one umbrella. It is Black Star Films, and we should go by that. Nothing like Kumawood, nothing like Gollywood. And as a matter of fact, for those who may not even know, Gollywood actually came out of an institution then called Gollywood. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. William Ekufu's industry called Gollywood, one of the big film producers and film directors from the 90s era, the video cassette era, the VHS era, the Betacam era. So even Gollywood as a name is not even truly original to the country's industry, but rather it sprang from an institution, or what I may call a film institution by one of the filmmakers in the country. So Black Star Films is it. Let's follow it. Let's push it. Let's rally behind that name, because that name, we are known to be the Black Stars of Ghana in the sports aspect, in the sports area, particularly football. Black Stars. When you also talk about in terms of freedom or governance, we have the Black Star Square, which is actually Independence Square. So to even have the name Black Star Films is so excellent and on point. And my hope is that the new leadership of NFA would push and rally behind it so much so that we can build a very formidable industry that everybody will be proud of. As a matter of fact, we should look beyond so many division of filmmakers, but rather look at and or rather incentivize and encourage others to go into other aspects of the film industry. Some I can see some doing that right now. Some are just focused on lighting, others are focused on sound, which my brother James Adolfo is doing now. We have other people in camera and other aspects, but we also need to look at other aspects of the film supply chain, or like theaters, like even law, catering, production catering. We should look at all these other aspects and make sure we integrate well and build a formidable industry. No envying of the other. As a matter of fact, competition, it should be a healthy competition. where we should see people produce the best of films and then transcend beyond our internal wranglings, but rather look at how best we can make Ghana an epitome of quality African filmmaking, where people would love to be part of it. So yeah, this indeed, I'm excited. I'm so excited about the fact that Fiifi Coleman, who has been in the industry for decades, perhaps close to or even more than 2 decades, voicing out his concern with regards to the film industry, and I'm indeed excited about such. So, well, this sums up the first story for today. So now let's proceed to the second story. And for those who have been paying attention online, you realize that the first image of the Silver Surfer has come online as a result of the second trailer to the Fantastic Four First Steps. Fantastic Four First Steps. And I read. So this was published in an article on in yesterday, that Julia Garner Silver Surfer revealed in the new Fantastic Four Steps trailer. And I read, Anthony, sorry, Sef's up or Chef up, Sef's up. Julia Garner has officially arrived to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Ozark actress finally made her debut as the Silver Surfer in a new trailer for the Fantastic Four's First Steps, released April 17th. In the footage, her character is seen arriving on Earth to warn the Fantastic Four that their planet has been marked for death. Johnny Storm, John Joseph Quinn, then flies toward the Silver Surfer and grabs her board, only for her to knock him away and send him flying back toward Earth. Earth. A few more shots of the Silver Surfer are shown throughout, including one of her flying on her board through an explosion. Lawrence Fishburne previously voiced the Silver Surfer in 2007's Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, but in First Steps, Garner will be playing a female version of the character named Shalla-Bal, who is the Herald of Galactus. So in your shorts, there is a screen grab or a screenshot of the Silver Surfer from the trailer itself. Galactus is also featured in the First Steps, played by Ralph Ineson. The trailer shows the giant villain towering over the city and ends with his large foot stomping through the street. Yeah, so the Fantastic Four First Step stars Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and Ebon Moss-Backrack as Ben Grimm, who go to space and return with superpowers. In the April 17 trailer, Sue Storm reveals to Johnny and Ben that she's pregnant. You are going to be the best, that Johnny tells Reed Richards. Just kidding, you are out of your depth. First Steps, which hits theaters in July, marks the Fantastic Four's long journey debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's also the character's first time on the big screen since 2015's Fantastic Four, a notorious bomb widely considered one of the worst superhero films of all time. After Disney acquired Fox in 2016, Marvel Studios gained the rights to its own rendition of the characters and bring them to its film universe for the first time. And Marvel is betting big that audiences will dig the foursome. Pascal, Kirby, Quinn, and Moss Backrack are all confirmed to be reprising their roles in next year's Avengers Doomsday. The film will star Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, a traditional Fantastic Four villain. So yeah, there you have it. There you have it. You have our first view of Julia Garner's Silver Surfer. So yeah, if you go onto my channel, you see my reaction to the Fantastic Four trailer. My reaction to the Fantastic Four trailer, and I think the trailer is amazing. It indeed shows us aspects of the film that we haven't seen in the previous in the previous trailer that was released some time ago. And this time around, even in this trailer, you see Richard Reed's finally displaying his abilities. So yeah, it's it's well done. Looking at the Silver Surfer now, I think it looks good. And then for now, it looks like a lot of expectation or anticipation for this has been fulfilled in the sense that a lot of film fans or diehards of the Fantastic Four franchise have had were anticipating how the look of the Silver Surfer will be like, and finally it's been revealed. So yes, I like the fact that she had to use her own voice and then give us a different feel as to who the Silver Surfer is. And the Silver Surfer, I haven't really read the comics, but from the little I've gathered online, it is indeed an alien, a different species. So they are not actually human. So however or whoever they are, regardless of gender, I may not be able to speak to it, but it looks like from what I've seen in the trailer, it speaks. It's good. It looks good. The performance also looks very promising with regards to even how she was able to shake off Johnny Storm from her surfboard when she flew into the, would I say, stratosphere or space? Yeah, so it is indeed interesting, quite an interesting look, a powerful look indeed. And then there is no the Silver Surfer seems to be very prominent, very would I say prominent or formidable? Let me put it that way. Very formidable, one that could easily take on the entire Fantastic Four. That is how it looked in the trailer. And then, yeah, to have even Galactus walking in the city of New York, it is quite a sight to see. In the very previous one, Galactus was, in the previous film, Galactus was a cloud because the description of Galactus is that Galactus is a being that eats planets, and the more he eats the planets or universes, he keeps on growing. I don't know whether Galactus in this very iteration of Fantastic Four is one of the gods, like the Amishem, is part of the Amishem gods or not. That I cannot really tell. Whether it's a celestial, yeah. So the Amishem, which featured in Eternal Fantastic, what's it called? Eternals, yeah, they are actually celestial beings who create planets. But in this, Galactus here is actually a being that eats planets. And so it's quite interesting that he's able to change sizes to fit in whichever capacity it is. I don't know whether that is the same in the comics. Maybe prior to the movie, I need to actually educate myself concerning the comics and then be able to speak to it with much information than before. But for Julia Garner's Silver Surfer, it seems very formidable. She seemed very formidable that could easily take on the Fantastic Four. And being a herald of a god, I don't know whether it's a being, it's a celestial being or not. It looks like the Fantastic Four are outmatched. Let me put it that way. They are completely outmatched in this very version. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I want to see how the Julia Garner Silver Surfer would perform in the entire film, whether Galactus will get involved in fighting the Fantastic Four directly, or it will be just left with the Silver Surfer to do that bidding for him. So yes, I'm excited about it. It looks good for me. The reflections on the character seems on point, reflecting the necessary. It looks she looks literally like a mirror or a silver, very perfectly flawless silver beam reflecting all the lights from all around her. So yeah, it's really interesting and exciting. And yeah, it will be dropping soon. So I'm sure that's why this trailer is releasing, and perhaps there'll be more TV spots and other things dropping along the way sooner than later. So yes, it is indeed an exciting time when finally we have the Fantastic Four integrated into the bigger MCU. It's really exciting, and yeah, we'll be looking forward to it. And yeah, today being a Friday, the first day of the long Easter weekend, I know most will be going out to watching films all over the place as part of the festivity celebration. So I thought, as usual, let me bring to you your way the list of films that will be releasing this very Friday. And it's going to be an exciting Friday because of the number of releases coming your way. So I'm on the Silverbird website. On your screen, you have Kesari Chapter 2, The Untold Story of Jallianwala Bagh. So there's it's a film from India, a Hindi language film releasing actually today. I don't know much about it, but it's releasing today. And yes, there's a large community of Indians in Africa, particularly in Ghana. So I'm sure there's going to be the audience made up of both the Indians and Ghanaians alike who will be going to watch this film. You know, India Films was big in Ghana some time back. Yeah, and Sinners will be releasing. Sinners is from Ryan Coogler, director of Black Panther, together with his usual collaborator, that is Michael B. Jordan, also starring in it. And here's Michael B. Jordan is acting as twins. So yeah, it will be releasing today as well. I think the first screening will be starting from 12 p.m. So it's quite an exciting day today. I'm sure the cinemas will be packed. It's a horror film, so please take note. If you're going with your child, make sure that your child is at the age necessary to watch horror films. And it's quite adult in nature, so you need to really be cautious when sending your kids to the cinema to watch this particular one. But go in your numbers. Let's go support Sinners, provided you're of the rating age. It's fine. We also have Owambe Thieves, which is also premiering today at the Silverbird, and it's a Nollywood film, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's a Nollywood film, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's a comedy. You can go and watch that as well. And yeah, right in the theme of the Easter holidays, we have also A Letter to God, which is also releasing today. Releasing today, quite exciting time we find ourselves in. And already released in the cinemas, that is from last week, you have The Amateur, which is Lawrence Fishburne and Rami Malek star vehicle. Rami Malek being the main star in the film as well. And Atlantis it's released to some exciting box office receipts as well. So you can go, for those who like your action, you can go and take a look at it. You also have Drop, which released last week as well, and it's also have so many dates here, so many times for screenings that you can also go and watch. And then you also have Radio Voice, which is a Nollywood film released last week, still be showing this week as well at the Silver Bear Theatre. And you also have, I'm sure not just Silver Bear, perhaps other theatres across the country. It's possible that a number of these films will be showing there as well. We also have Check In, which also screened from last weekend, I think specifically Saturday, which is a comedy. And then, as usual, in the holiday spirit, just as I said a couple of weeks prior to this releasing, that the King of Kings it seemed to have released at the right time, which is a story of Jesus told in a very different way. It's an animation, so that kids can go and watch. Not just kids, but nowadays animation cuts across all age groups. So that as well. And Minecraft is still going strong, and it's also in the cinemas. Released about 2 weeks ago. It is indeed an exciting time because a lot of people thought this won't perform well, and it blew people's mind. It blew people's mind. Even now, the new projections are that is going to make a billion easily, perhaps even surpass Super Mario, which also happens to be a game, an adaptation of a game franchise into film. And well, there's a lot still going on. The Chosen Last Supper is also going to be in the cinemas as well, which is properly themed for the occasion, an Easter film. And also, you have A Working Man by Jason Statham. Also, Last Stop, which released a couple of weeks ago, you can still go and watch it as well. And then Novocaine featuring Jack Wade. So there's still a lot more that is going to be shown at the cinemas wherever you find yourself. Yeah, so it is indeed an exciting holiday that you can go and watch some of these films. And then also, if you're wherever in the world, particularly if you are into a lot of big Hollywood films, you can go and check out these ones as well, which I'll be displaying right here on your screen. So on the Rotten Tomato website, you can go and check this number of films, and most of them are releasing today as well. So you have Sinners, which is releasing today, which also is releasing in Ghana and different parts of the world or Africa. Also, you have My Stepsister, My Ugly Stepsister, releasing as well. And yeah, you have The Wedding Banquet, which all these ones are releasing today. So The Wedding Banquet, The Legend of Ochi or Oki, I don't know. I think yeah. Also, right, it's Feeds, which seems to be a thriller. Also, we have in your shorts Sneaks, which seems to be an animation, also releasing today. Yeah, and for those who still like horror films, we have David Cronenberg, The Shrouds. We also have, I don't know whether that's a re-release. Okay, yeah. So we have Colorful Stage, the movie Miku Who Can Sing, and then we have The Death of Snow White, and also Killer of Sheep, which is being re-released. So yeah, David Cronenberg's own is not re-release; it's actually releasing today. But Killer of Sheep is a re-release today. We also have other films like The President's Wife, and then Mumu from the Asian region releasing today worldwide. You have Invention releasing today, Robin releasing today, All the Ones, and then Queen of Drama, which are all releasing today. So there are a lot of films you can check on the Rotten Tomatoes website to see which one would suit your fancy. So yeah, it's quite an exciting holiday. You can go. I'll leave the link in the description below so that if you want to check out more titles releasing in a cinema close to you, you can confirm that and also go and check out these movies. So yeah, it is indeed an exciting day or episode. This is all the stories I have for you. I would indeed encourage you to celebrate in moderation as it is a holiday. I mean, a long weekend because it's going to start from today and right to Monday. A long weekend. Just celebrate in moderation. And yeah, let's remember the reason for the season being the resurrection of Christ, the celebration of Christ and in terms of his crucifixion, resurrection, and ascension. So, yeah, I'd like to wish all of you happy Easter and also enjoy yourself today. And I also want to thank my viewers for joining me for this 20th episode. I'm so excited that I've been going strong for 1 month and you being with me throughout this period. So thankful unto you. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy in moderation. So this has been the film mandate, and I am Papa Otu. See you next week.